Good afternoon, music world. John here from What's Spinning here tonight to chat about this surprise, third and apparently final album from Gnarls Barkley. Now, I did not have this on my bingo card for the year, and coming, fairly out of nowhere, the legendary duo of CeeLo Green and Danger Mouse, who you may remember from the early 2000s. Their debut album, Saint Elsewhere, this thing definitely blew up due to the crazy single, but say what you will, I've always thought this album had a lot going for it. It was psychedelic and quirky and playful, and it just sounded like a great creative outlet for the two. Not only that, but this thing was absolutely dripping with personality. Now, a few years later, we did get one more record from the duo, The Odd Couple, and it wasn't nearly as consistent as their debut, but it still had enough fun tracks and personality hooks that made me stick around for it. So fast forward 18 years, that brings us to about 2 weeks ago, they revealed that this last and final Gnarls Barkley record is going to be released. However, my issues started going right away, mostly because I thought the Pictures single was just so lame. And I'm sorry to say, folks, this reunion is not really that warranted. Amnesia, early on in the record, just sounds like it should be a very glistening neo-soul ballad. Only problem is they forgot the soul here. CeeLo's performance, while it's not necessarily the worst thing here, it's very, passionless. The instrumentals are very stiff, the groove never locks in, and sadly a lot of these same feelings carry for most of this record. Up next we have Pictures, the one lead single that we got leading up to this thing. Still really not for me. From a distance, the very warm atmosphere and the warmer vocals sound very promising, very inviting. But once again, where is the genuine emotion? It's certainly not here, and things only get worse when it comes to line dance. I give credit where it's due. This track really does try to spice things up with some funk. I needed it right now. Result is so cheesy. CeeLo sounds so unbearably out of place here, and so much of this instrumental just feels generic. What should have been a fun toe tapper of a track just really sounds awkward and out of place. By the time tracks like Let Me Be roll around, this album has gone from just kind of awkward to lifeless. The gospel touch and the hook here are actually really sharp, but the verses seem phoned in. Instrumentally, this is just average at best, and we're halfway through the record at this point and nothing's really stopped me in my tracks. As a matter of fact, there's only a few really short tracks that just really grab my attention, like Tomorrow Dies Today, this album's intro. You know what? I'm just going to say this is a great sound for them. The production is super shiny. Danger Mouse, he's a producer's producer for a reason. The overall tragic sense to this track works really well, too. And CeeLo's vocals don't come off half bad. Another big one for me is Turn Your Heart Back On. Thank God, this track brings some energy and some color to this record. It needed it. The groove is upbeat. It's one of the catchier tunes here, and CeeLo sounds locked in. This is one of his most engaging performances. Boy Genius, one of the best tracks here. The production here alone, we get a jazzy, off-kilter, sort of dusty beat from Danger Mouse. I don't know where this has been hiding, but I wish we heard more of it. CeeLo sounds pretty awake on this track as well. His rap performance, while not spectacular, does show him putting a little energy into this. And Accept It, as a finale, is great. As a matter of fact, I think it's the best track here. The synth funk that is overbearing on this track is one of the best sounds on this entire record. Production is immaculate. CeeLo owns the hook. This might be the finale, but for a few short minutes, everything clicks. And it's a shame because, honestly, the rest of this album is pretty bland to complete nightmare fuel. On Cyberbully Yayo, we get a beat that's actually pretty sharp. CeeLo jumps in then and just sounds wildly out of place. His rap verse on this track, I'm not feeling it. It's awkward and out of touch and just hard to sit through, honestly. Have a lot of the same problems on Better Time. Once again, production-wise, one of the best sounding tracks here. But then CeeLo's performance comes in once again, and he sounds completely lost inside of this beat instead of commanding it. Sweet Evil is another very frustrating track. Once again, Danger Mouse brings his A game. This very smoky, devilish atmosphere is really cool. But this track drags on for over 5 minutes, and after a long string of very disappointing cuts, I just didn't need another one. And the BB King, this is by far the worst track here. I am baffled at this song's existence. This is one of the cheesiest neo-soul tracks I've heard in years. Oh my god, the vibes are so forced here. This melody's really not catchy, and so much of this track is cheesy. I don't even want to think about CeeLo's lyrics here. We also have Sorry late in the record, and it's so sleepy. By this point, it's just all so sleepy and bland and boring. I don't think that this album needed to come out at all, unfortunately. As a matter of fact, I'm shocked that it did. I mean, there's a couple of okay moments here, but the magic is gone. That clicking is gone. These two aren't just, playing off each other for inspiration anymore. It just seems like they were forced to record this in a weird way after 18 years. After 18 years, I would have just rather have sat with the first two records a few more times and just let this one lay peacefully. But for right now, folks, I'm not feeling this record. I'm feeling a very light 3 on this one, but let me know what you all think down below. If you like the video, be sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe, and let me know down below what you would like for me to chat about in the future. And until next time, have a great day, friends.